So now that we're done with our session today, I thought it went really well, but I wanted to go ahead and take some time to touch base with you, give you an opportunity to ask any questions, discuss some of the strategies we used today, and talk about Grayson's performance and how well we thought he did. So I'm just going to start out with a couple of kind of open-ended questions, just kind of get an idea of what you thought about today's session. So my first one is, of the strategies that we use today, we have modeling and imitation, we have language expansion, sound detection, and the auditory highlighting. Are there any that felt more comfortable for you using than others?
Yes, I would probably say the sound detection was probably the easiest, just because I could use that more day to day, and he responds well when I call him and his name, and
Yeah, I thought that sound detection was a really good strategy, and I thought you did a really good job of implementing that. And like you said, I think it's super functional, just when you're trying to get his attention throughout the day, calling Grayson, trying to get him to turn. I think it's something that's really good.
I think he did very well.
He did do a really good job at that, you're right. So of those strategies that we focused on today, were there any that you found more difficult to implement than others?
Definitely the modeling and imitation, I felt like it was more difficult because it felt like I was just talking and not really getting through to him, and that it was definitely more difficult for me to do day to day than the modeling where from behind him and trying to talk to him.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So I definitely can understand where you're coming from. Sometimes with that modeling and imitation, it feels like you're just talking and you're not getting a lot of response. And so that's difficult, you know? It's not like a normal conversation. And so I definitely get that modeling and imitation is sometimes difficult. So the strategies that we talked about today, do you think that throughout your daily activity that it might be possible for you to practice and feel comfortable using them throughout things like bath time, meal time, different things like that?
Yes, most definitely. I feel like I want to give him every opportunity to grow and learn, and I should definitely practice using these strategies. I think they'd be very helpful.
I agree. I think that, giving him every opportunity is a wonderful idea, and I know that you care a lot about making improvements in him and giving him every chance to develop spoken language the way that he can, and so I think that that's great that you're motivated to do that. After kind of seeing how today's session went, I kind of wanted to check in with you and get an idea of how you thought Grayson did at meeting his goals today.
Yeah, I thought he definitely did really well with engaging with not only me, but with you on all the activities we did through the different strategies, and I think he's definitely made a lot of progress within the past couple of sessions that we've had.
That's great. That's great to hear. So I also wanted to check in with you and kind of see some of your thoughts on what he did well today and what you think he still might need to work on just for helping plan our next sessions, just kind of getting an idea of the progress that you're seeing. So that first question is, what is something that you thought Grayson did really well today at?
I thought he did really well at the sound detecting and responding to those sounds behind him and to his name and to the sound of the animals and the clapping. I thought he did really well to detecting where we were in his surroundings.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. He did a really good job today, and he's shown a lot of growth in that area. And it's also really cool because that's a strategy that's really easy to implement at home, and just the different things when you're trying to get him to turn into different things. So that's really good. After hearing something that he did well, I also wanted to check with you and see kind of what were some of the areas that you noticed that he might still need to improve on so that we can plan for our later sessions.
One of the things I saw him struggle with, I would maybe not say struggle, but it took him quite a bit of time to imitate us back. It felt like we were doing a lot of the talking, whether it be speech or sign, and we were getting a lot of feedback. So that's something I would like to work on more next time.
Yeah, definitely. So that's definitely something that I understand. Sometimes that modeling and imitation, it feels like you're just giving models, you're just giving him a lot. And so it's really good because he's getting all this information, he's kind of getting an idea of these models, and so we're hoping that he's going to start increasing those times that he's going to imitate it. So that's good. That's something
I look forward to next time.